Hello and welcome to another video on Adobe Photoshop. And today we are going to be talking about the history of brush tool. So as you can see that there are two options over here. One is the history brush tool and the other is the art history brush tool. And the hotkeys for them are the Y key on your keyboard. So basically, the history brush tool is actually connected or linked to the brush tools over here. And also, you can see that the spot healing brush tool, the healing brush tool, the effects or the modification that you does using those tools, you can basically use the healing brush tool or the history brush tool over here to redo the effect. So let me show you. For example, I'm going to use the spot healing brush tool and I'm going to change the size. Yes. Okay. And always make sure that you need to keep it to content aware. Okay. So that is pretty important over here. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this thing disappears over here completely. Yeah. So as you can see that it has disappeared completely and I did a modification over here. Now what I can do is I can also change this. As you can see that it has been removed from here. Now what I can also do is I can also change or modify this. Yeah, like this. So as you can see that we did a pretty great job over here. Yes, that's pretty nice. Okay, let's do a little bit more. So this looks better, right? So as you can see that I have clearly cut down some things from here, here and here. And now that I've modified the picture or the content, there may be a chance that I have some thinking that I may not have or should have removed this boat or the component inside this picture over here. And that is when the history brush tool comes into mind. So you simply have to select the history brush tool and you can change the shape over here. So I'm going to use a bigger option. Yep. And then there is the mode option over here. Then there is the opacity, the flow, and the angling percentage of the picture in the preview panel. So right now, I really don't want the picture to disappear. So I'm going to select a little more. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo what it was over here. Okay. So simply I have to use this like this. And as you can see that the boat has come back over here and the effect that we did or the modification that we did has been undone again. So right now, for example, I want this rock that was over here to come back and I can also make it come back over here like this. As you can see, now over here I can also get this back as you can see. So right now we just removed all of these components from here and we also got it back. So basically that is the work of the history brush tool. So now let's talk about the art history brush tool. So the art history brush tool is basically the tool that will distort the colors in the picture or give it some effect of mixing of colors. So it sounds pretty complicated, but it's actually not because Adobe Photoshop included a lot of additional efficient tools which will help you to distort the colors in a much more efficient and proper way. So as you can see that there is the size and the hardness option and changing the density. Then there is the general brush, dry media brush, wet media brush, and the special effect brush. So I'm going to change the size a bit like this. Okay, I'm going to keep it to 62. And right now there is the mode option, the opacity option. And then there is the style option, which is a little bit different. Then there is the area option. You can change the pixel and the tolerance option. So you can change the size or the counting capacity of the mechanic of this out of Photoshop for the pixels. Then there is the angling option. So let's talk about this style option. There are some styles to use this tool over here, and there are tight short, tight medium, tight long, loose medium, loose long, dab, tight curl long, loose curl, loose curl long. So let's see what the the tight short option have here. So as you can see that I'm going to change the size of the brush a bit like this. Yeah. So now as you can see that there are some colors over here, and now I can change these colors like this. Yeah, as you can see that this is the distortion of the color that I was talking about. It will distort every color over here, as you can see. So this is the tight short option. Now let's see the tight medium option. And this is the tight medium option. This is the kind of distortion effect of color that this option gives you. So right now you can use the tight long option, and this is the effect that the tight long option is giving you. Then there is the loose medium. You can see the effects over here. Then there is the loose long. As you can see that this is the effect the loose long option gives you. Now there is the dab option, and this is pretty normal. It gives some distortion small effects over here. Then there is the tight curl. As you can see, this is the curling option. Then there is the tight curl long. It will give some longer curls over here, as you can see. So this will continuously keep on distorting the colors on its own way over here, as you can see. So as you can see that I'm only holding my left mouse button, and it's continue to distorting the color amongst itself. This is kind of a proof of the millions of varieties of colors that has been put into out of Photoshop. So that's the tight curl long. Now the loose curl. This is the loose curl. This simply looks like a tornado. So this simply looks like the tornado effect over here, as you can see. So let me undo this and let's look at the loose curl long. So this is the loose curl long over here like this. So basically these are the styles for this tool over here, and you can use these tools like that. So as you can see that when you're doing some modifications over here, there is a high chance that you might need to use these tools over here. And most importantly, history brush tool is pretty important over here. So I think that's all about this tool today, and we'll talk about the next tool on the next lesson.